How's it going, everybody? My name is Alex, coming down to you from Australia. We're going to be breaking down Milo, MrRoflWaffles, the one and only, the zombies extraordinaire. He's going to give us a little bit of his input. I'm starting to lose the accent. I'm starting to lose it. I'm practicing, though. I'm getting better. All right, so the blog post came out. This is the last video. So I thought it would be cool, instead of, reading it like I did in the last couple of videos. Everybody knows at this point there's no quest inside of Vanguard Zombies until, 2035 or whenever it comes out. Everybody knows that Activision overworks Treyarch and that fans are kind of getting screwed a little bit with this, but it's also a weird time because Forsaken just came out, and it's if another Treyarch game was going to come out in 2024, if it was a normal 3-year cycle or whatever, we wouldn't have zombies until then. So it's we're not even waiting 3 years, we're waiting a couple months. So I'm trying to be fair here, but I thought it would be better to break down, Milo's perspective. He's a popular YouTuber. I want to hear what he has to say, and then we can talk about it. And then I want to show you what people are saying on Reddit. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we?
It's got this creeping, unsettling vibe to it. It's just fantastic. Okay, let's talk about the Easter egg not being in the game at launch, because, oh man, that's a bit of a disappointment from my perspective.
Yeah, 100%. It's a 100% a disappointment. We have gone from a lot of amazing quests that were super difficult, to quests that are solvable within 3 hours, to where they're repeatable immediately, where you don't even really have to look up guides anymore. And part of me likes that, part of me does, but the volume of which these quests are given to us, they don't match their simplicity. So it's if they're going to be simpler quests, then we need more shit to do, or make it harder so it's more replayable. It's I don't know. It's an interesting place to be.
Treyarch says, starting on December 2nd, so bear in mind that is already a month after launch, new zombies content and features will begin to roll out in Vanguard. So that's Season 1 rolling out, and we've already learned that means the following. That means one new objective. So we've got Blitz and Holdout and stuff like that right now. It's one new objective, more covenants in addition to the current 11, new weapons, which is obvious because it's going to be stuff from multiplayer basically. Zombies season challenges, holiday themed updates, a Christmas rework probably, some Santa hats on the zombies, stuff like that, and more. But that isn't the main quest.
Okay, so when we get all this stuff inside of the game, I'm totally fine with new covenants, new weapons, totally fine with all that. But see, that's just the game in general. That's what we're supposed to get. That's supposed to be how Call of Duty works. They sell you an incomplete product. It's supposed to be, complete, and then everything's additional, but it's not how it works anymore. They withhold stuff, and then, which I can understand if they withheld things a little bit, but whatever. Okay, I'm not here to get into that. I'm just trying to say they are supposed to give us this content. It's what we're paying for with our operator skins and the blueprints, whereas before we were paying for season pass. We're paying for this stuff. So yeah, those features are supposed to be in there. That's the bare minimum. So why aren't there more objectives or more maps to play? Or why isn't there at least one original zombies experience? I'm not even saying traditional round-based, but just an original non-multiplayer, non-Warzone, non-whatever MP zombies experience. A unique experience for those people that love zombies.
So that means that at launch, it sounds like there is no main quest.
Doesn't sound like. No, it is that way. There is no main quest.
December 2nd, it sounds like there is still no main quest. They say...
It doesn't sound like that. That's what is happening.
Players will also encounter some surprise elements later in Season 1.
What does that even mean? Surprise elements?
So expect that to be late December or early January, and that will set the stage for the upcoming main quest. This main quest will be tied to the arrival of an unexpected ally after Season 1. So if the seasons are like they have been in this game, I'm pretty sure Season 1 ended in late January? I could be mistaken, but...
Milo was talking about the first season being done in late January, but no, because Firebase Z didn't come out until February 4th. And Season 1 got extended for whatever reason. I don't know if it was Christmas or coronavirus or what, but this came out in Season 1, and we got told this on 115 day or whatever. And this map didn't launch until February 4th, and it was just before Season 2 before Season 2 started. So yeah, we're probably not going to get a main quest or a new map until like February, perhaps. I mean, I know I know season 1 started later because the preseason got extended or there was some issue and they delayed it like a week or something. Like it was because Cyberpunk happened as well. There was like some Cyberpunk issue. Something happened. I can't quite remember, but that's the gist of it.
But I think it was around then. And so after season 1 in this game, we're going to get this new unexpected ally. We're going to get more expansion of the narrative of the Dark Ether. And we're going to get more details about characters and entities that we've encountered so far.
Okay.
And it's going to set us up for the main quest.
That's cool.
They also have said that they will be adding new artifacts. So you have new field upgrades to use in the game. But that does also mean there will be new Dark Ether entities, not just the base 4, which I don't know how I feel about. It's like, well, it's more characters. That's good. But also, it makes them infinitely less interesting if there's just 1,000,000,001 entities. You know?
Yeah, that's a very good point. See, when I was reading that, I was thinking kind of the same thing. I was like, wait, so they're just going to add new characters and put in new voice lines? Maybe the way it works is each god will have a set amount of abilities. So like, yeah, I forget all their names, but the Ice Storm guy or the Aether Shroud guy could also have Healing Aura or Frenzied Guard or whatever. That way we can actually keep the same core, like 4 people, gods, if you will, and then utilize them with whatever ability we want, which kind of stinks because it would be fun to be like, oh, like I said in one of my other videos, like, oh, I want to use Frenzied Guard for this specific character because he is hilarious or whatever it may be. But Milo makes a point that this waters down the pool substantially if they just add 10 gods for no reason. Like 10 is a lot. If they had like 5, that would be probably perfect. 5 or 6 at the most.
What I mean, like, I feel like they should be special rather than just sort of commonplace. But anyway, that's just my...
And this whole thing right here is why having field upgrades associated with a map, like building the Ragnaroks on Dreisendrach, is important, because then they would only have to create special characters for each map rather than having to create a whole slew of lines and 25 field upgrades and 25 different characters for all the maps that we're supposedly going to get or whatever. That way we can just hop in there and then I go build the Ragnarok and then I get this special character guiding me through the quest. It'd be so much easier because then it's one field upgrade per map. There's a quest associated with it. Character lines are simplified. You can still have your operators. Like, I just fixed it. I just did it. I fixed it. Thanks, guys. All right, that'll be $5,000, Treyarch. Thanks.
Kind of initial reaction on that. And I hope it doesn't sort of water that system down too much. But the big thing is just that wording. The main quest will be tied to the arrival of an ally after season 1.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That concerns the hell out of me. I mean, we went from in Black Ops 4 having somehow 4 zombies maps at launch to now having what I want to say is a zombies map. I don't think it's fair to say it's 4 maps. I think that would be a bit of an exaggeration. It's a zombies map because it's De Anfang, right? Without a main quest. I'm scared. I'm not being pointlessly negative. I'm not hitting them with a pathetic, didn't even have sound, none of that, okay? I'm literally just worried.
He's 100% right.
I'm worried about the community reaction. I'm worried the community is gonna flip out. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if there isn't a main quest until January, okay, that means I will lose less sleep in November and December making videos about the main quest, right? Like, maybe that's a good thing for my sanity. But in terms of everyone's enjoyment of this game, in terms of onboarding new players, in terms of building the zombies community up from a kind of uncertain place in Cold War, I am concerned. I am really concerned. So hopefully Treyarch has something in there to like surprise us and not just make it feel like a kind of hollow shell of a map that doesn't have that meat and potatoes in the middle, that main quest for us to like really latch onto and enjoy and focus on. Like, hopefully there is other stuff that will keep us busy, but I'm gonna be totally straight with you, Treyarch. My dopamine receptors over the years have been numbed to what was previously a super fun time just shooting zombies in the head, okay? I'm old and jaded, Treyarch.
Okay, so there's not really much left to say here, but so just to kind of, before we go onto the Reddit, what he's saying right there is like, yeah, I've shot zombies in the head 10,000 times. I don't care. I don't care about that anymore. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's why I like to play COD Zombies. Just like how COD multiplayer fans like to play multiplayer, they like that, you know, connection-based matchmaking with 100% of rewards, with skins as rewards, with getting camos as rewards. The camo grind is also a thing. Like, everybody has their thing, but the base of the game is just shooting the thing that you like to shoot in the style of which you enjoy shooting it. And then all of the other stuff is what makes that experience feel like you're actually not even doing what you're doing. Like, everybody, when I got into zombies a while ago, everybody would be like, why do you like that? It's so boring. You're just shooting zombies in the head. I'm like, but it's not like that. I don't care about shooting zombies. It's about the quest. It's about exploring. It's about the narrative. It's about all these fun things that build up the map, and shooting zombies in the head is like the least of my concern. Yeah, that's my area of enjoyment. Like, that's what I like to shoot. That's the FPS I like to play. But the world that Treyarch created, and the way I like got to explore it, and the way like, you go from Shino Numa in World at War to Gorod Krovi and like fighting Nikolai in the mech suit, like that is a trajectory that was so fun to be a part of. And now I don't know what direction they're going, so I have nothing to really be excited for, and I'm just a little bit worried. And Cold War did such a good job with the gameplay and curating this experience, and you know, we were talking about this on you know, I was watching another stream the other day, and we were all talking about how Cold War really balanced all play styles to be viable inside of their game. So you can go for a speedrunning style to a high round style to an Easter egg style, like all in one game. And that's awesome. But they still had Easter eggs, and they still had traditional elements of zombies inside of Cold War. It was a big departure, that's for sure. But regular zombie fans like me still played it, even though this game was catered to a new audience. Now it feels like the game, Vanguard specifically, is catered to an even newer element of that audience. Like it's only for the new players, which is what Modern Warfare 2019 did. It ushered in this new era of zombies. And I am also just worried. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm excited to play it. These new systems seem awesome. I just want there to be zombies content, zombies original maps, wonder weapons, you know, all the things that make zombies zombies, but with all these new awesome systems. Let's hop over to the Reddit. Honestly, I have been all over the place. Like, the community is actually pretty split. I think in this particular forum, you're going to see that they're pretty annoyed, but I have been reading other comments that are like, dude, shut up, dude. It's going to be sweet, bro. So I think it's kind of unfair to say that most people are unhappy. I probably would say I see more negative than positive, but there are a lot of people defending it. But just like a comment like this, no round-based map, no EE on day one, Lamau. How did we go from BO3 to this? No wonder weapon either. Hope the ray gun's there. There better be a ray gun. Just all that stuff. And then this is a comment that I think really, really resonates with most players. So going from getting 2 to 3 years to work on the next game and then being forced to pretty much take 3 games in a row. It's not a laziness problem. It's a time constraint problem. It's a greedy publisher problem. People need to realize that BO4 and Cold War and now Vanguard all suffered because Activision made ridiculous deadlines for their studio. They don't care about the state of the game as long as it makes money. BO4 just had badly designed gameplay mechanics, like the new perk system. The maps were fire if moved into any other game. And there was also a ton of content. Exactly. And I think a lot of people are now realizing what we had with Black Ops 4 because the game was just a broken mess, and the perk system was weird, and the health system was a little bit weird, but we had amazing maps, amazing Easter eggs, and Treyarch, I think they took the wrong feedback when we were critiquing that game. And maybe the zombies community didn't vocalize it properly, but I think they took the wrong feedback when it came to interpreting what we wanted with our next game. We still want quests. We still want Easter eggs. We just want to do it in a different way. But the same over-the-top masterpiece maps like that, I don't want that to go away. I'm hoping Vanguard is just like a break year. Like, Treyarch is catching up. It's a Sledgehammer title. It's not that big of a deal. Once Treyarch gets their game in a couple years, we'll be back to normal. People are blaming Sledgehammer and Activision. Sledgehammer couldn't get the job done with Cold War. Treyarch had to sacrifice Black Ops 4 and pick up the pieces. Now they just released Forsaken in less than a month. They have to release a brand new game, mechanics and everything. It's just not fair. It is totally 100% true. Treyarch got screwed with Black Ops 4. They couldn't finish their game because they ended up having to take the torch from frickin' Sledgehammer. It's literally insane. Sledge needs to be axed as a dev. They haven't been able to develop their own game in years without leaving a mess. They have been overworked since the beginning, back before they worked exclusively on COD games. They worked on all their other IPs like James Bond and Spider-Man. Back in 08, they released COD, World at War, Quantum of Solace, and assisted development on Web of Shadows. A year after that, they released World at War's DLC. A year after that, BO1. A year after that, BO1's DLC. Oh man. And a year after that, BO2, followed by BO2's DLC. See, it's not a new thing. It's actually been happening since the early 90s. The reason they managed to release so many games in such a short span of time is because they have different teams assigned to different projects. The Vanguard team is not likely the same as the Cold War team, which is evidenced by that video that came out with the developers. And the Cold War team is now the COD 2023 team. I mean, all these opinions are valid. I think all of this stuff is true. I think all of it is true. And people are just all over the place with their feelings towards this game. And just to finish this video off, if you go to one of the leaked videos on the Reddit, I'm not going to show the video, obviously. A lot of people are pretty stoked. They're like, let's go. The operators have voice lines now. And they're talking about how happy they are with the new systems and stuff like that. And I don't think that this game is going to do bad. Like, I really don't. I think this Zombies is going to do just fine. I don't know if it will reflect positively online like the way it has with Blood of the Dead and Der Eisendrache and stuff like that, but the social media movement is changing. Things are changing. And if you don't like this game, you have to figure out a way to either enjoy it, maybe not play it as frequently, because the way that these games are played, they have a lot of grindy mechanics, but you have to really love the core gameplay, and things are just changing. They're just different, and I'm going to try to figure out how to enjoy it. I think it looks pretty fun. The gameplay looks pretty good. What scares me isn't the fact that the game's going to suck. It's just, is there going to be enough content to maintain my attention and for me to make videos about and for me to get excited about? That's what I'm worried about. And the fact that they literally don't have a main quest on day one is an issue. It's a concern. Milo feels it. The Zombies community feels it. Some of them are excited, but it looks like it's more from that gameplay perspective, which Cold War did knock out of the park. So hopefully they can continue that momentum. They've stripped a lot of awesome features from Cold War moving over to Vanguard. It's very strange. So we're just going to have to see how it plays out. I just wish Treyarch would be more transparent and say straight up, don't worry guys, round-based is coming, or hey guys, we're not doing round-based this year. Just tell us. I think the community deserves to know, like, we're buying this game. And yeah, time will tell, guys. Time will tell. So that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down. And if you loved it, well, you know what to do with that red button. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.